All right, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, citizens of YouTube's Pastor Dowell. Will the wall work? Will the wall work? Has the wall worked? Well, I can tell you one thing. When you look at history, and let's just be rational and logical here, okay? Believe me, I get it, I comprehend it, I understand it that nations want to be sovereign nations. All right. But when you look at history, you've got the Great Wall of China. Now, that wall is not there for decor. There's a purpose to that wall. And it took a very long time to build that wall. They built that wall for a reason. And that was to keep certain people out. Well, over in East Germany, got a very effective wall. As a matter of fact, it was so effective that if people try to climb up over the wall, they would literally shoot you in the head. That was their solution to the wall. I was in Germany. I lived in Europe during the time that the Berlin Wall came down. And buddies of mine, they were bringing back pieces of concrete from the wall coming down in Berlin. And that's a fact. These mental gymnastics that these politicians are playing are simply amazing. All you have to do is go back in history and you can realize from the time of Clinton, the Democrats, all the way up until Trump, they wanted a wall. They wanted a border. They wanted a barrier. You call it whatever you want. Whatever you want to call it, that's what they wanted. And now that Trump is in the office, they don't want a wall now. All of a sudden, they don't want a wall. And they flat out said, we ain't giving it to you. Now, think about this for a second. I'm going to make you an offer you can't refuse. This is Donald Trump. You see, I've been trying to be reasonable with you people. And you people, there's no reasoning with you at all. I have come to this table negotiating with you, and you still don't want to give no ground of leadway. So I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to declare a national emergency, and I'm going to sign an executive order. So whether you like it or not, we still going to have border security. And then I'm going to run in 2020 on this ticket right here. And that's going to be my main talking points. And I'm going to tell the American public just how much of wicked gangsters you are. That's what I'm going to do. I tried to make you an offer that you just couldn't refuse, but you wouldn't take it. So now I'm going to use executive power, and I'm going to lay it all out on the line. Now, of course, frivolous lawsuits are going to come, and they're going to go in and they're going to come out, because the truth is the president has constitutional right and power to be able to make it a national emergency and put the military down on the border. Now, think about this for a second. Right now, as we speak, I keep telling you, it's coming to a state, a city, a town, a parish. It's coming. It's coming. America, we're not going to continue to keep enjoying this utopia, that we have. Well, I hate to be pessimistic and a bearer of bad news, but you can look and see what's happening. But I'm not going to digress. I'm not going to stick with the course. Right now in Mexico, there are 8 drug cartels. 8 drug cartels that are literally fighting against the police and the military. Of course, you know anything about cartels. They have a lot of elected officials. They have a lot of police chiefs, sheriffs in their pockets. And they're fighting for territory. But what's not being said is how many people are dying at an alarming rate. Now you see the reason why people want to get out of their country? Over 50,000 people last year died for the war that is going on between the military, the drug cartels, innocent bystanders that in this war people will call collateral damage. That's what's happening in Mexico. Are you following me? And you can't blame American people for not wanting that war over here. And that's not including some of the stuff. There's some bad people out there. Everybody just ain't reasonable individuals. There's some bad people. And that's not including the tens of thousands that had their life snuffed out from them just by existing in a very toxic environment. And of course, we as Americans, we don't want that toxicity coming over here. You understand what I mean? Now, good people can come, yeah, all by all means, but who is the one going to determine who's the good people and who's not? You follow me? So when you really truly look at history, nations have always built walls. Yes, they have. They have always built walls in order to keep other people out. I mean, let's just go over there to Israel right now. There's a very thin wall, but it's working. There's a wall against the Jews and the Palestinians. Yeah, it is right now. And it's a war. It's a war. And as long as human beings are on this earth, there will always be war because men, by divine fiat, is just unjust. After all, it's just unjust. Who can you trust? So we're going to watch it. We're going to watch it. And Pelosi and them and Chucky Shoemaker, they already flat out said that they ain't budging. No matter what. No rubber stamping. We ain't going to the negotiating table to talk about this wall. Is not going. It's just simply ain't going to happen. Period. So what other? Let's just be reasonable now. Come on. What other methods can the president really truly use when you're just like that? Because whether you like it or not, we're always going to be fighting some type of war.